Hi there, good morning. Today I'm gonna make some coconut flatbreads to go with a curry that I'm making. So I'm gonna do two videos to make this recipe, one for the flatbreads and one for the coconut curry with prawns. So I hope you enjoy. Right, so these coconut flatbreads are very low carb. They're made with coconut flour and I need half a cup. We have these with our curry instead of having rice, and they are really filling. Okay, to that I'm going to add some psyllium husk, which I have in here. This is like a really sort of high fibre thing which helps bind everything together, and I need a tablespoon of that. Okay, so I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking powder. This is going to help it puff up. Because this is a gluten-free recipe, it always helps the structure if you add a little bit of xantham gum, which just helps bind everything together. And I'm just going to use a very shallow quarter teaspoon of that. You don't have to do that, that's optional, but I think it just adds better end result. Okay, so I'm going to put some flavourings into this because otherwise they'll literally just taste of coconut, and I always think it tastes more authentic, a bit more like naan bread, if you add some onion seeds, black onion seeds. Sometimes they're called nigella seeds, sometimes they're called kalonji seeds, but in the UK we tend to call them black onion seeds. So I've just got over a teaspoon of those, and then I've chopped up some fresh coriander to put in because that gives it a really nice flavour. Now I'm just going to mix those bits together. Breaking down some of the coconut flour as I go. Okay, so far so simple. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is add some melted butter. I've got 45 grams, or about 1.5 ounces of melted butter. Move that out of the way. And then I just want a cup of boiling water. So let's just fill that up. I'm going to add this a bit at a time. A bit more. The psyllium husk will absorb that water. If you find when you're doing this that the mixture is too wet, then add some more coconut flour, and if it's not wet enough, then just add a bit more water. Right, I'm going to leave that like that, so I'll just show you the consistency. It's quite wet at the moment. Let's see if we can get it into this one. Quite wet and sticky, but I'm going to leave that for a few minutes so that I can let that husk absorb, and then I'm going to cut it up. Hi, so I've left this now for about 10 minutes or so, and it has become a much firmer dough. Okay, so I'm now going to just cut this into 6 pieces and roll each one into a ball. Okay, so I've got 2 bits of parchment paper, so I'm just going to take one of my balls and gently roll it. Okay, so now I can turn my pan on to get it warm, and then I can start to fry those off. Right, so I'm just going to wipe a little bit of oil on the bottom. They are going to stick a little bit to begin with, but you can kind of, once they start to cook, you can put them back together again, so don't worry too much. The taste will be delicious, even if they look a bit right, let's see how we're doing with this one. A bit more on that side. Right, let's try and get you under here again. I'm using this plastic spatula because of the noise of the metal one. It doesn't work anywhere near as well getting it off, but there we go, needs must. Okay, so they've started to puff a little bit, which is what you're looking for. And they have a really great texture, and they really soak up the sauce when you're having a curry. So, you know, much like rice would do, you can kind of get in there and mop up all the juice. So really it's like 2 or 3 minutes on each side, but it depends on how hot your pan is. I find if the pan is too hot, they burn, but then they don't cook in the middle. And if it's too cool, then it does stick a little bit too much. So what you're looking for is a relatively firm texture that's easy to flip. But you know how it is when the first one's always not as good, because you're getting the temperature of the pan right. That's getting there. Now with these, what you can do is you can just stack them, and then you can reheat them in the microwave, or you can pop them back in the pan to reheat them. I normally reheat them in the microwave, and they're good to go. Or you can have them cold, it's up to you. You can make these ahead of time. I'd say that one's just about done. It's got some nice colour on it. Check the other side, that's okay. Let's pop that over here. I'm going to get the next one. See how that's it coming off a little bit easier already. It's just because the pan has warmed up a bit. There we go. Much easier. It's that first one syndrome, like when you make pancakes or tortillas. So these work out, I think, about 3 grams of carbs per flatbread. I find that these are really filling as well, so it's not like you could eat loads and loads. Well, I can't personally, especially if you've got well, I'm going to have this with a coconut curry, and the coconut sauce is quite rich. that's looking nice, look at that. I'm pleased with that one. I'll drop that. Okay, one more. Just take some of that off so you can sort of see the texture if I pull it like that. Oh, they're just lovely on their own. So there you go. Do you get the idea? Okay, so here they are, my coconut flatbreads. They look pretty good, I think. They taste amazing because I did give them a little taste earlier. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when any new videos are coming on. And hopefully I'll see you for the coconut curry video, you know, a bit later on. All right, thanks ever so much for joining me. Bye.